Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, the sensational Samhausen, and welcome to Slamtown is back and better than ever.
That's right. They said we
That's
couldn't do
right.
it, and
Hell
here we
yeah.
are. We're doing it.
And that voice you
Hello,
just
we're
heard?
back, department. I'd like to file a claim.
Those
Hell
two
yeah.
voices you just heard are my wonderful, lovely co hosts, Mr. Intimidating Tim and just joshing you. It's Josh. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in the longest time. I know
I
we
know.
text and everything and like shoot the shit about wrestling, but like it feels good to be recording again. It really
Yeah.
does.
Been a hot
It's
minute.
yeah, it's been like what, 2 weeks?
I think so.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you were in Texas. How was that?
Texas.
It was good. It was hot and humid. I'm fine with the heat,
Nice.
but the humidity kills. Yeah, it was nice.
Tim, I know you go and do this like volunteer trip every year. You want to talk about it a little bit because I think it's a great thing that you guys go and do. And you
Oh
should shout
shucks.
it out.
Yeah, it's like a summer camp for kids with just various like chronic illnesses. And they're open in the summer, and each week it's a different group of kids with the same medical condition. It's just like a way for them to get out of the hospital, be out, hanging out with other kids, have a whole week where they don't have to worry about that stuff, and they have, medical doctors on site so that they can get like all the medicine they need and any treatments. But they set up the camp so that it's like fully adaptable for whatever the kids need. So super cool, super fun. I've been doing it for I think almost 9 years at this point. It's called Camp John Markets in Texas, and I love it. And yeah, that's my
Hell
elevate.
yeah. That's awesome. Good for you, dude.
Thank you, thank you. A somewhat wrestling related thing on it. I don't know if this is jumping ahead too much, but I
No,
did
you're good.
the Iron Claw on my flight down. Um,
Yeah.
I was I had been wanting to see it for a while, and it was very good. It was very hard to watch because it was kind of depressing, but I think it ended on a slightly uplifting note. But yeah, it was a really good movie. Really really awesome story.
The Von Erichs, like, were great wrestlers, but that's one of the most like tragic tales in like wrestling, you know?
It really was, yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean, everyone in it freaking did an amazing job.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I thought Zac Efron should have got nominated for an Oscar. But
Yeah, dude,
he
he
didn't.
looked good. His like wrestling looked good too. I don't know how much of it was him or not, but a lot of the close-ups when you could tell that it was him, like that dude was he came in prepared for sure.
Yeah. I think Chavo Guerrero helped a lot with the wrestling training for that movie because he was in it too.
Hmm.
Um, this is like a weird thing. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and in my people I may know on Facebook was Chavo Guerrero, and I was like, "There's no fucking way this is the real Chavo Guerrero. What the hell?" Clicked on it. Might have been the real Chavo.
Might have been him. It's
I
not
think
that
it
common of a
had
name.
though, because I was shy. Josh,
Yeah, it
did
was
you
a
do anything fun in the break?
Mm, no, not really.
I just worked because I'm an adult.
vibes.
Yeah, I also just worked.
We have kayfabe jobs. These are just, or we have shoot jobs. This is our storyline job.
In universe, we spend 1 hour every week or so chatting,
I
and we
have
do
to
nothing
finish
Yeah,
the
else.
story, and by finish the story, I mean get to the weekend so I have some days off.
yeah. I'm off tomorrow and Friday. Those are my two this week. And then I'm like, I'm solid three. Oh no, I'm actually off Tuesday. Hell yeah, I'm off Tuesday.
Bro is literally weekend maxing.
Oh my god. Yeah, I my manager's on vacation, so I'm covering for her while she's gone. So
But
that'll be fun. I did start training to be an assistant manager today, so that was pretty cool.
interesting.
Yeah. That's not wrestling related though. Unless I'm the assistant to Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, which I'm not. But anyway, I don't think we really have a week in wrestling because it's been a hot minute since we recorded. But did you guys watch anything?
A lot of the big shows, like big pay-per-views from WWE and AEW, were on when I was out, so I only got a chance to catch up on King and Queen of the Ring. But even that, didn't fully finish it because I was watching it on Peacock and it just started giving me errors when I got to the Cody match. So I was like,
I
oh,
hate when Peacock
I'll,
does that.
I'll try again later.
Yeah. Only thing I watched this week was last night's NXT because it was the go home show for Battleground,
That's
which
right.
I think we should watch for the show if you guys are down, because this card is very exciting, but it's also like interesting because it's the first time that partnership through TKO, it feels like, is kind of being used because they're doing it from the UFC Apex in Vegas.
That's
Looking
right.
forward to
Yeah.
it. I'll have to be up early the next morning, but I think I'll be able to stay out for the entirety of the show.
Hell yeah.
We struggle I think it's going to be really good. There's almost a part of me, like, I don't know if it'll really ever happen, but, like, if it'll happen or not. But I'll throw my early prediction out there. Well, actually, I guess we haven't gone there yet, so maybe I'll hold on to it. But the women's title match that night, I'm looking forward to.
Oh my god, yeah. So we should talk about Battleground first off the rip, because I think all three of us are very excited for this NXT women's title match.
Absolutely.
I think that's an understatement.
So for those of you watching at home, listening at home, Jordynne Grace, the current TNA Knockouts champion, is walking through the Forbidden Door and challenging Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship at Battleground this Sunday. Holy shit.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, absolutely wild.
Like, when they announced that they were going to do a special segment 2 weeks ago where it was like, oh, we're going to announce Roxanne's opponent for Battleground, I'm like, this has got to be something big. Maybe it's like a return or a big debut or something. Never in my imagination did Jordynne Grace returning to the WWE for a second match while still Knockouts champion never came into my brain.
Yeah.
Because
it was Royal Rumble that she was last there, and that was like only a few months ago.
Yeah, she competed in the Royal Rumble as Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
Which I think Mickie James did a few years ago.
Well,
I don't remember which Rumble, but
it's just so unique because like Mickie James is obviously former WWE, so it's like, all right, this makes sense. Like, yeah, she's in a different company, but like, she's a legend.
She has a history.
Yeah, so it would make sense. But like this, it's like this girl has nothing to do with WWE, hasn't been in the company.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing this. So it's like, there is a part of me that thinks they are so high on her that she's gonna win. Like I feel like it'll never happen because she's not truly a WWE superstar, but like
that would be insane if she won.
Because I think obviously all of this is basically culminating in her signing whenever her TNA contract is up, but I don't know.
I could see that. I really could.
If she, I also feel like if she wins, then it's like it's good publicity for everybody because it gets more views for WWE, and then it gets more views for TNA.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
true.
It's kind of like, I don't know, like, not that Roxanne deserves to lose or anything, and I think Roxanne could just like get it right back at like a TNA show or something like that. But
well, funny that you say that. Against All Odds is the next TNA event they're doing, and it's the night before Clash at the Castle, and they're advertising that Jordynne Grace will be defending her belt in an open challenge. What if it's like, we were talking off camera before this, but what if it's Tatum Paxley or Roxanne that shows up and answers the challenge?
Yeah.
That would be friggin' wild.
Would be absolutely insane.
This is why I love wrestling. This is so cool. Like,
it's just the best.
This is such a good time to be a wrestling fan because they're trying, like, it's so experimental right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're putting new contenders. They're putting new people on pay-per-views. They're putting new titles out. They're, like, doing Forbidden Doors. They're doing crossover shows. Like, it's just so cool.
It's crazy to say this, but, like, now is the better time than ever to have a WWE AEW crossover.
Oh my god,
And it
that
might
would
not
be
happen,
wild.
but right now is literally the best time. And the only issue is you could get everything signed and all that stuff, but then they won't be able to decide who goes over. Like, there's no.
Right.
That's the only issue. Is like I think WWE would not want to have their guys go over, but at the same time, AEW
So
is
let
just going to be
me
the same way.
let me frame it like this. At the end of the month, June 30th is AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door. It's a whole pay-per-view of like crossover matches between All Elite Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling. What if like the following year, where they did another Forbidden Door pay-per-view, it was AEW and WWE, and all the matches were like, we'll just use like the current champions, like Swerve Strickland is AEW World Champ. It's a triple threat, him, Cody, and Damian, because they're the three champions that like line up. They're the three world champs, And then it's like Will
That'd be
Ospreay,
wild.
Logan Paul, and Sami Zayn, because those are like the three mid card guys. Okay, now that I've said Will Ospreay and Sami Zayn, that I would watch the crap out of that. I don't know if they ever fought each other on the Indies or something, but holy shit, that'd be good. And then like a triple threat, the Young Bucks, Awesome Truth, and Waller and Theory, the three tag champs. The Fatal 4-Way, because AEW has two women's champions, or maybe it's a tag match. It's like Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm versus Liv Morgan and Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty fucking cool, if you ask me.
It would be very freaking cool.
The
possibilities are endless.
Anything can happen when you walk through the Forbidden Door.
Anything can happen.
Anything. But you guys just want to run down the Battleground card real quick? We've got Jordan versus Roxanne, which I think that's going to be match of the show, because there's so many eyes on it, because it's that Forbidden Door, and I think it's more of a showcase for Jordan on a WWE show than being in the Royal Rumble, because that's a big multi-woman gimmick match. This is just her one-on-one with Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's and like Roxanne's supposed to be the next big thing. I mean, she's only 22. Like,
trained by Booker T. Like, strap a rocket to Roxanne,
Yep.
Literally.
Oh my God, shoot her at the moon. That'd be crazy. But also on this pay-per-view, they're going to crown the inaugural NXT Women's NXT North American Championship, I think is what they're calling it. That's a lot, but it's a 6-women ladder match, because when the men's North American title was first introduced, the first champion was crowned in a 6-man ladder match. So this 6-woman match is Sol Roca, Fallon Henley, Lash Legend, Michin, Kalani Jordan, and I don't know her name, but the girl that's with OTM.
Jasmine Nix. Did you say that already?
Thank you. I didn't. That was the one I was missing. Who do you guys think will be the first North American Women's Champion?
Well, my heart says Sol Ruca. However, she was the last woman standing last night in the 6-woman tag match that they had with all the girls. Like, they did 3 versus 3 of all the girls in the match, and Sol Ruca got the pin, was last standing. So I don't think she wins. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know. They play out like that a lot of times.
Right. Like, realistically, I agree with you. I think it should go to Sol, because I kind of think she's like Roxanne in a way. She's very young and like talented, and if given the opportunity, she could be the next big thing. My heart personally wants it to go to Lash Legend, because she's a cutie. But anyway,
I think it'll probably go to Lash Legend. But I don't know. They all seem very deserving of the title, and all of them have kind of had the same amount of build. So
I think
could go to
the
any.
only I think the only person I'd be disappointed if they won was Michin because she's like main roster. I think she's
Absolutely.
just in this to like enhance the match, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind if Lash won. Oh my god, I texted this to you guys last night and I said it would be brought up on the pod and I completely forgot. I would like Jordan Grace to just pick me up and hold me because it would be nice. She's a big, strong woman, and I like that.
Wait, is that PG?
We're all adults here. We're the Attitude Era, baby.
I don't think that's PG.
Man,
Sam can say whatever the frick he wants.
I got the okay to start this show. I'll do what I want. And what I want is to talk about big, muscly women. Oh, man. But, yeah, no, Jordan's cute like that. Anyway, tag team title match. Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus the Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers.
There's no way that Frazier and Axiom don't win. They have to win.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those stupid situations where they're like, let's just put the belt on a main roster person for a couple of weeks. And then it's to like put eyes on the product. It's so stupid. It derails all the momentum of your NXT guys.
Yeah.
Except when it was Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom was a great North American champion.
It worked perfectly because like Dom wasn't like a true solidified main roster talent.
Yes.
Like he wasn't wrestling by
right.
himself. He was wrestling in tag teams.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Up until that point.
But yeah, Good Brothers. I originally thought the Good Brothers got sent to NXT because there were the rumors that Tama Tonga was coming. I thought they were going to be down in NXT to work with him and be like an NXT Bullet Club kind of thing. But then Tama Tonga went right to the main roster and joined the Bloodline. And I was like, oh. Bullet Club reunion would have been cool. But I now think the original lineup of the Bullet Club is all in WWE.
That's wild.
Finn Balor, Tama and his brother, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I think that was the original 5, if I'm not mistaken. Which I probably am because there's a lot of fucking guys in the Bullet Club. But yeah. I think Nathan and Axiom retain. But it's going to look like the Good Brothers are going to win the whole time, you know? And then they'll pull it off at the last second kind of thing.
Sam, I think you just predicted the future there.
Yeah. Oh, this is a slight sidebar, but when does WWE Speed upload again? It's Wednesdays and Fridays, right?
Yes.
Okay. I bring that up because Carl Anderson and Andrade was one of the matches in the tournament, and I wanted to watch that one, but I haven't yet.
Oh, it's on my feed right now. I was about to spoil it. Thank God you said something.
No, you're good. You can spoil it. It's what, 3 minutes?
How long are the matches a 3-minute timer?
It's 3 minutes timer for the standard matches, 5 minutes if the Speed Championship is on the line.
Okay. Andrade beat Carl Anderson in 40 seconds.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So he's got Tommaso in the next episode?
I guess that's what we're doing with Andrade.
Cool.
He's not on TV, so whatever.
Was he on SmackDown last week?
Was he on SmackDown? Yeah, he was.
I think so. And
right.
he beat Apollo Crews because everybody in the comments were just like, oh, Apollo Crews is still here. He just spawned into the lobby randomly. Oh, yeah, I forgot Apollo Crews still worked here. I thought he got released.
It's always hard to remember that he still works here.
He's always hiding under that ring that he slid up to.
But that's Titus O'Neil.
Oh, oops.
Who also still might be under contract now that you've said that.
Is he like the global ambassador for the brand or something like that?
Yeah, and it feels like if they do release him because he does all the stuff with like the breast cancer people when they come around and like outreach for kids and stuff, it's like, wow, you guys really fumbled the bag. Like that guy was your outreach dude.
Hey, he's got insurance for life. He's got work insurance. Doesn't have to worry about getting fired.
What else is on this card? There is the triple threat for the North American title: Obafemi versus Joe Coffey versus Wes Lee. Do you think Wes Lee is just going to get squashed? Like, not. He's going to take the pin and it's going to be quick, but like, these two guys are huge, and then it's Wes Lee.
Physically pancaked.
Physically pancaked like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. This one is
I can see that.
hard for me because I like Obafemi a lot. I think he's a great North American champion. But I also want to see the belt back on Wes Lee because I like him a lot too. And it's like, oh, what do I do? Does the Obafemi reign end? It wasn't super, like, it's not that long of a reign, but I think it should be a little longer.
Right. I could see Oba winning. I don't know. I think that's because I can't picture Wes like beating him in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, like Oba won the title off of Dragon Lee, a guy who's relatively the same size as Wes Lee. I don't think he's the dude to do it.
Right. Although it is a triple threat, right? So
yes, maybe Wes will pin Joe Coffey because that way it doesn't hurt Oba's momentum.
It kind of sucks that the title match is who it's against, because I feel like you could have Oba drop the title and then push the world title, but like I don't think they're gonna drop the new guy out of the title, right? Like I could just kind of do a one-off and then have him do something else. Like I don't know.
It's a weird situation.
Would be really good.
Him versus Trick could kick ass. But it's like, I don't know. It's a weird situation that the North American title is in right now. Because Wes Lee never lost the belt. He had to vacate it. Right?
Yeah. So then it's just like, why isn't it just Wes versus Oba?
Unless it's like we were just saying, they just put Joe in the match to get the pin, to take the pin. It's like that way Oba's momentum doesn't get hurt or it's like derailed or anything. But then at the same time, it's like, oh, you just made Joe Coffey, who also returned pretty big, look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So this match, I'm excited to watch, but I think it's going to frustrate me, whatever the outcome is.
Yeah.
Because then on the other side, like, what if just out of nowhere Joe Coffey wins the title, and that way it's just like Oba can move on to fight Trick or something, and then West could go main roster. But it's like, what is the point? And then I think the only matches we haven't talked about are the Fight Pit and the World Title match. The Fight Pit, Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler.
Who's in the Fight Pit?
Not the Fight Pit. It's the NXT Underground match. It's like Bloodsport. There's no ropes. It's submission or knockout only.
Oh.
The Fight Pit was another match they did where it was like a smaller steel cage thing, and it was like I think Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher fought in the first one, and then Rollins and Matt Riddle fought in one at an Extreme Rules, maybe. I think that's right. But yeah, NXT Underground match, Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler. I know Shayna Baszler used to fight in the UFC, and this shows at the UFC Apex, but I think Lola Vice might have also done some mixed martial arts stuff.
I thought so.
I think that's right. But Shayna wins, doesn't make any sense. Lola wins, it makes a little more sense. Because if Lola wins, that pretty much, I think if she won this, would put her into number one contendership for the winner of Roxanne and Jordan, or up against whoever wins the ladder match.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because like Bloodsport is so cool, and no ropes, knockout only fight. Like, come on, that's fucking sick.
Who doesn't want to see some of that action?
And part of me feels like since it's at the UFC Apex, what if this match is in the Octagon?
Oh, snap. The Octagon.
The Octagon. Not a Octagon. The Octagon. Yeah? Josh,
like
what do you think about that? Wouldn't that be fucking sick?
If it was in the Octagon?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool, but like, I don't know. It'd be difficult to do. Because like,
that's true.
There wouldn't be, I mean, like the crowd wouldn't be in the same area.
You know, now that I've said it out loud, you're right.
Retraction 7 issued?
Yeah. What the hell was there was like that Lions Den match back in the day that Ken Shamrock was in. And it was like a steel cage that looked like a cone, and it was like a tiny little ring at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Give that kind of vibe, probably. And then all that's left on Battleground is Trick Williams defending his NXT title against a in-ring debuting All Ego Ethan Page.
All ego, baby.
All ego.
You know, it was a really nice touch last night. When Ava called him out, he didn't have music because he hasn't signed in kayfabe.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
I love Ethan Page, like, as a wrestler, but then also he does like toy hunt vlogs on his YouTube channel, and it's just cool to see him like just nerd out about some like Marvel Legends figure he found of Wolverine. It's like, I do that. This guy's relatable.
We both love collecting things.
We both love X-Men and are fans of Danhausen. This is crazy. Yeah, like Ethan Page came onto my radar when he was in TNA. He actually used to be in a tag team with Josh Alexander, the former TNA World Champion. They were called the North because they're both Canadians. And Ethan Page was actually written off of TNA television because he got killed in a match. And what that was it was a pre-taped match because COVID.
Recently? Oh wait, okay, never mind.
It was like right when COVID was kind of the same time WWE was doing like the corporate ladder Money in the Bank at the headquarters and that sort of thing. Okay. But yeah, Ethan Page fought the Karate Man, which was like this fake ass Mortal Kombat character, and he ripped Ethan Page's heart out. Oh. And you might be saying, who is the Karate Man? It was also Ethan Page, just in a headband and like Muay Thai shorts. So the pre-tape match was him like fighting a weirdly photoshopped like photo of himself.
That's hilarious.
Pretty good stuff. And then that was when he came to AEW, and I feel like he was severely misused while he was there because that guy is talented, and you just had him in like comedy roles. And then kind of at the end, he was making waves on Ring of Honor, sort of, and then he disappears and out of the blue shows up on NXT. Did you guys see the tweet from former NXT superstar Cesar Bononi about Ethan Page's debut?
I did not. Fill us in, my good sir.
Cesar Bononi used to be on NXT when it was like the first black and gold iteration, and
Right.
he got released. He was briefly in AEW as like in a jobber faction called the Wingmen with Pretty Peter Avalon and Nick Nemeth's brother Ryan Nemeth, and he kind of disappeared. Turned out he was released, but before the NXT tapings with the surprise debuts of Jordan Grace and Ethan Page, they were just hanging out in his garage. Like, he hid them in his house so no one knew they were coming to NXT that week. Like, of all the guys, it was just like this dude who maybe had 3 matches on NXT. They just like hid them in the garage for you. That's crazy. Did I cut out? Oh no, I'm here.
We're here. We're good.
Okay.
Are there? Is that the whole card?
That is the whole card.
That's the whole shebang.
That's the whole card for Battleground. It's a show I'm very much looking forward to. It is on Sunday the 9th, which also turns out to be the same day as New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion show. So if you're watching in the U.S., that'll be on at 3 a.m.
Enjoy.
Yeah, main event, I think, is Jon Moxley defending his IWGP Heavyweight title against Evil from the House of Torture in a lumberjack match.
Hell yeah, Moxley.
Speaking of the IWGP title, Forbidden Door is at the end of the month, and almost every year, this is the 3rd time, they've done the show. The first 2 years, the IWGP belt has been on a New Japan guy, and he has fought an AEW guy. And then the AEW World Champion defends the title against a New Japan guy.
Mm-hmm.
The main event for this year's Forbidden Door is Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. Both of them are AEW guys. Will Ospreay is international champion. It's champion versus champion. It's just like the main event of King of Queen of the Ring.
Oh my gosh.
It's your like number 1 mid-card guy versus your main champion.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really hoping they pull out someone cool for Moxley to defend the belt against if he's still champion at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will be. I don't think they're going to have him drop the belt to Evil. As much as I like Evil and would like to see him win the title, I don't think he's the guy to take it off of Mox.
Yeah.
I think Mox is going to hold it through Forbidden Door.
I think we'll have a good continuing run up until then with it.
Big rumor, the Motor City Machine Guns are about to finalize a contract with All Elite Wrestling. Motor City Machine Guns had a legendary rivalry with the Young Bucks in TNA when the Young Bucks were called Generation Me.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me has a sneaking suspicion we'll see the Guns at Forbidden Door if those rumors of them signing with AEW are true.
Oh, hot dang.
I'm like, I fucking love the Motor City Machine Guns. They're one of my all-time like top 10 favorite tag teams.
Ooh, little lore fact there for
little lore fact. Ask me who my number 1 favorite tag team of all time is.
Ooh, who is it?
It's a one-time World Tag Team Champions, William Regal and Eugene. Now, those of you watching at home might say, who's Eugene? Eugene was a character who was special needs. He was handicapped. And he was supposed to be Eric Bischoff's special needs nephew that he gave like a pity job to. So his sister would leave him alone about getting a job.
Mm-hmm.
He was not actually special needs. It was just a guy like doing a character.
Oh, that's not problematic at all.
Most problematic characters in history. But I didn't know this when I was a kid and first started watching WWE. I fucking loved that guy.
Sam was like, I support this with my
this
entire
chest. Great. Like his whole catchphase was like, my name's Eugene and I'm special. And I was like, yes, he is. Not knowing that meant he was like handicapped. I was like, wow, that guy, yeah, he's right. He's doing good out there. But
Sam, reports are flooding in. I'm sorry to say this, but it looks like you're canceled.
It was bound to happen someday. Damn. Well, anyway, I'll be deleting some files. Next topic. King and Queen of the Ring. What are your guys' thoughts on Gunther being the King General.
I thought that was a pretty good match. I thought both of the King and Queen matches were good. And I feel like it feels right to have Gunther kind of winning between the two of them, because I feel like he does good when he's like at the top. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
Um,
And the Naya's match, I thought the ending was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought it was good at making Lyra, seem like she was just close enough to be able to win without actually,
yeah.
putting her over Naya.
I can't stand Nia Jax, but once that match was on before Gunther and Randy.
Yes.
Yeah. When Nia won, I was like, okay, SmackDown got the Queen. There's no way Randy is winning King of the Ring because I don't think they'd put
that's a good point.
both of them on one show.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then the winners get title matches against the champion of their respective brand at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a stipulation
which is fucking awesome because in previous years, all you really got for King of the Ring was the title King of the Ring.
Right.
But almost always, like,
a lot of good this does me.
Yeah, but like almost always the winner of it went on to win like a mid-card belt while they were king or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the first times Sheamus was US champ was when he was King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he had that really cool like traditional Celtic crown. Being an Irish person, I was like, that's fucking, I like that. But yeah, I saw Gunther, absolutely the right move. And they must listen to the podcast because I've been saying King General for the longest time.
You have.
And
it's since nice day one, we've been saying that.
Yeah, it's nice to know that Triple H, that good old Trips, listens. So, shout out to you, Paul Levesque. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely.
100%. Triple H is hearing me say that to him. Probably going to get an email thanking me. I don't know. But Gunther versus either Damien or Drew after Clash of the Castle? That's going to feed families.
This could be pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to take your usual phrase, resident young person Josh, but it's going to feed families.
Yar.
As we say.
I also thought Cody versus Logan was a fucking phenomenal main event. And of all the wrestling I watched that weekend, that was my favorite match.
Ooh, nice. I still haven't gotten a chance to watch that one, though, but I think I saw a few clips, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
There's like a really cool 360 shot they did of Logan on the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, that was the one I saw.
Before he frog splashed Cody. I was like, oh, that's fucking sick. This, Josh, will you say it this time? This production team is feeding families?
Guys, the production value in WWE these days is just absolutely feeding families.
Yes,
he said the thing.
This is why people listen. They come for the catchphrases.
They do.
Oh my God. That was such a fucking good match. And I completely agree with Josh. The production value has really stepped up. I feel like they're doing more interesting things with camera work, which is always cool to see.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've only got like.
Oh, go ahead. All you. My bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I wanted to briefly talk about something that happened at Double or Nothing, and then gonna probably just bring up GCW, and that's all I really had for the episode. But Double or Nothing was the day after King of the Ring, I believe.
Yes. And
they do a match at Double or Nothing called the Anarchy in the Arena. And what that is just an absolute melee, a brutal brawl, if you will. And this year's Anarchy in the Arena was the Elite, which is a team comprised of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the EVPs, the Young Bucks, and AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada and the Scapegoat, Jack Perry. They took on Team AEW, which was Bryan Danielson, the Top Guys, FTR, and a returning Darby Allin.
Somehow returning Darby Allin.
Yeah. That's just what I was about to say. You guys brought this up to me. Darby Allin got hit by a fucking bus in New York, I want to say.
Literally.
Like 2 weeks before he returned to be the fourth man in Anarchy in the Arena to replace an injured Eddie Kingston. They did a fucking bus crash spot in the match.
No way. Wait,
Swear to
how?
God. Darby Allin was like allegedly under this pile of debris in the parking lot, and then this New York Transit Authority bus, spray painted black with the word scapegoat like written on it, comes barreling through the pile of debris, and they're like, "Holy shit, that bus just ran over Darby Allin. He was under all the junk." Like, there's no fucking way these mad lads.
Too soon.
This match, absolute anarchy, to use the term. Another like highlight. One year they did it, and Jon Moxley was in it for the whole match. Wild Thing by Pat Benatar, which is Moxley's entrance music when he's in Japan, played for the entire match. So this year, they're like, everyone's beating each other down. The Young Bucks grab a microphone and they're like, "You guys want to hear some music? This is our new entrance song." And the Young Bucks, like, the Elite music starts playing. And Daniel Bryan grabs the mic and he's like, "Turn this shit off. Why don't you put on my song?" And the final countdown starts playing. The final countdown was Daniel Bryan's entrance music when he was originally in Ring of Honor, starting his career. Tony Khan will pay the money to use it on special occasions as like, because of how legendary Daniel Bryan is, you know?
Right.
He played for about 3 minutes, and finally one of the Bucks grabs a mic and he's like, "We got to cut it out. This cost me $200,000 every time it plays."
That was funny. I saw
Fucking
that.
funny. And the crowd starts chanting. It's like, "Spend the money. Spend the money."
That's a good chant.
So, fast forward, the ending of this match. It wasn't the ending, but it was towards the end. The Young Bucks and Okada tie this cable around Darby's ankles. And they start yelling, "Bring him up, pull him up." And you hear this like motor start running. They hang Darby Allin from the rafters of the building by his ankles.
Oh my God. Wow.
And then Okada produces a box that says Reebok on it and says, "Here you go, wear these." Open the box, and inside it is a left and a right pair of the brand new Young Bucks Reebok pumps. Get them out, and the soles of the shoes are adorned with thumbtacks.
Yo.
So each of the Bucks puts on a shoe, pumps it up, and then super kicks Darby, who is upside down.
This is mental. I need to watch this.
Super kick. The match goes on for like 4 more minutes, and Darby is just upside down the whole time.
Wow.
Hanging upside down to the point the crowd is chanting, "Check on Darby."
Yeah, because like having all the blood rush to your head is not healthy.
Oh, and lit Jack Perry on fire with a flamethrower at one point.
Yes.
So fucking wild, man. Match was insane. Tony Khan got involved because the Bucks and Jack Perry pulled him from the gorilla position onto the ramp. Jack Perry ended up pinning Bryan Danielson, and because he pinned Bryan Danielson, on the following episode of Dynamite, they revealed that Adam Copeland had to vacate the TNT belt because he broke his leg in the match against Malachi, the barbed wire steel cage.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Cope is kind of dumb for doing that, bro.
Yeah, his leg was already hurt. Why would you jump? You know,
that's a
and he didn't
high risk.
And he
no
didn't
reward.
even like why not at least just like land? I don't know. Like I know you have to catch yourself, but like Cope didn't even try to like lay out. Like he just jumped
spot.
And then like basically pencil dived.
You see who appeared during that steel cage match?
I did not.
Gangrel, the leader of the Brood,
Oh, yes.
Edge's old faction.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Copeland did a Brood entrance because he originally wanted to do that at the WrestleMania where he
Mm-hmm.
fought Finn in the Hell in a Cell. WWE was like, no. But he
Dumb.
did it at Double or Nothing. He did his Brood entrance.
That'd been
Gangrel
cool.
appeared and then took out Brody King. Like, oh, fuck, this is kind of cool. And then he had to vacate the TNT belt. The Bucks just tried to award it to Jack Perry, but then Christopher Daniels said, no, there's going to be a ladder match to determine a new champion at Forbidden Door. And Konosuke Takeshita has already qualified for this ladder match.
Let's go.
So we'll get to see Konosuke Takeshita at Forbidden Door, which is fucking sick. I'm having a viewing party for it with some of my non-wrestling friends, and it's a great time watching with them because they get so into it and like they're starting to become fans. So I'm very excited for them to see Konosuke because they saw him at Revolution against Will Ospreay, but it's like but more Konosuke. That guy's going places, you know?
Hell yeah.
And you guys, if you're able to, you are more than welcome to come and join us. Tim, I know it's a little closer for you than it is for Josh, but Josh, you're always welcome to come through for a pay-per-view party if you would like.
Woo.
Best kind of party.
Oh, so much fun. I'm going to get pizzas. We're going to get beers. It's going to be great. My family is out of town that weekend, so I can stay up late with my friends and party.
Hell yeah.
Now that I'm pushing 30, I'm doing all the things I never did as a teenager because I was too scared. So I'm going to have a party when my parents aren't home.
That's great.
Oh,
Love
my
that
God.
for you.
Midlife crisis? I'm not even in the middle of my life yet. But that's what I wanted to bring up about Double or Nothing. I highly recommend the Anarchy in the Arena match, and also Will Ospreay versus Roderick Strong. Ospreay does end up winning the international title at this show, and it was a friggin' banger. Will Ospreay, he's the GOAT. Like, that guy's great. So all really I wanted to bring up after that was the GCW events from last weekend, which were the Tournament of Survival and the Cage of Survival. Tournament of Survival is a deathmatch tournament. Every single round is a deathmatch. So there were 8 competitors. There were 4 opening round contests, 2 semifinal contests, and then the finals. The winner of the tournament receives a trophy, and they got entry into the Matt Cardona Game Changer Wrestling Game Changing Gauntlet on the Cage of Survival show. You get all that?
We're tracking.
Sure.
So the death matches in the Tournament of Survival have funny names. The opening contest was called a House of Horrors death match. It was between Ultramantis Black and a Japanese gentleman whose name is escaping me at the moment, but the Japanese guy ends up winning. And what this was all of the light tubes were spray painted a spooky black color. And that's what made it a House of Horrors death match.
Very horror. Spooky black.
One of the death matches in the opening round, Tim, I know when we were together for WrestleMania weekend, we watched the DDT Pro show from the GCW Collective at your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one with like the big mascot, and the match ended with a rock, paper, scissors and all that stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
They did a DDT Pro death match, and that meant comedy weapons. You've heard of the hit Fox show Lego Masters?
Oh, have we?
This match featured something I'm going to refer to as a Lego disasters. Instead of a bag of thumbtacks, one of the wrestlers produced a bag of Lego and Mega Blocks. And he dumped it on the canvas like you would a bag of tacks, but then he proceeded to remove the sneakers and socks of his opponents. And then slam him feet first into the pile of Legos.
Oh my gosh. I see where this is going.
Yep. Bare feet to Legos, slammed by a full-grown man. That shit's gotta fucking hurt. And in my mind, that would hurt more than the light tubes or the barbed wire or whatever. Taylor would have loved it because there were doors aplenty throughout the whole tournament.
Let's go.
There was one match where there was a door covered in fluorescent light tubes. It was a double impact. Then the finals of the tournament, there was a cactus door.
A cactus door?
It was a door that they stapled cactuses to.
They just staple cactuses to it.
Slammed into a pile of cactuses. So fucking dumb, but so much fun at the same time. But anyway, the tournament ends. John Wayne Murdoch finally won the Tournament of Survival. So he gets the trophy, and he is entered into the Matt Cardona gauntlet to crown a new GCW World Champion because Cardona stripped Blake Christian of the belt because he's in Japan competing in the Best of the Super Juniors. Which, spoilers, he doesn't make it to the finals. So, anyway, the finals of the Best of the Super Juniors are Desperado versus Bone Soldier, and that'll be on Sunday at the Dominion pay-per-view. But yeah, the Tournament of Survival was really cool. Watched it with my dad. He had a great time because he loves deathmatch wrestling. And then next night was a Cage of Survival. We have a new GCW World Champion, and that is Mance Warner. So the gauntlet to crown the new champion starts. Nick Gage wins the first match, making him GCW World Champion going into the second match of the gauntlet. Nick Gage holds the belt for 41 seconds until he loses it to Broski Jimmy Lloyd, Matt Cardona's henchman and best friend. Broski Jimmy Lloyd wins the belt, becomes GCW World Champion for 3 minutes and 34 seconds till he loses it to the bad boy Joey Janela, who you think has won the tournament. He's holding the title for a total of 3 minutes and 41 seconds. But then, Ratty Daddy, the king of Wreck Shit Mountain, Cole Radrick emerges, and he has the brass ring that he won at a previous show that grants him a title match whenever he wants. So he attempts to cash in on Joey Janela, but all of a sudden, he gets speared through a door by Steph DeLander. Okay?
I'm tracking. I like what I'm
then
hearing.
All of a sudden, SDL's real-life boyfriend, the Southern Psychopath, Mance Warner, emerges after already having won the Cage of Survival, which is a death match inside a steel cage.
Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna mention this. I thought that this match was also this weekend.
Yes, that was at this show.
Against insane show.
Against
Effie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like the end of their rivalry. He put Effie through a flaming table.
Didn't Effie spear them through the steel cage onto like a bed of barbed wire?
It was so fucking cool, dude. If you can find it, you should watch it.
I saw clips of it.
Oh my god, it was fucking phenomenal. But what kicked off the Effie and Mance feud was the Do or Die Rumble. It's a show that GCW does on New Year's Eve, and it's basically their version of the Royal Rumble. The winner gets like a Money in the Bank contract. Basically, they can cash in for a title shot whenever they want. Effie thought he won it, and then Mance snuck in after hiding under the ring the whole time and eliminated Effie to get the title match. Mance comes out and cashes in his thing and beats Joey Janela to become the new GCW World Champ and aligning himself with the deathmatch royalty. He is now in Matt Cardona's back pocket. I should mention Microman was also in this gauntlet.
Dude, Microman, freaking goated wrestler of the year.
Oh my god, we love Microman. All 3 foot, like 2 inches of him or whatever it is.
We love that.
Oh man. Oh, also, did you guys check out the Battle Riot?
No, but I think I remember you texting us about it.
Holy shit, that was a lot of fun. It's Major League Wrestling's version of the Royal Rumble. Instead of being 30 guys, It's 40 guys. You can get eliminated by pinfall, submission, or going over the top rope. The winner gets a title shot against the champion whenever they want. So, like, this will be the end of the episode. So, a very quick wrap up on the Battle Riot. It featured appearances by Chris Denker from YouTube, Denkops, who is an indie wrestler now.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever watched his YouTube channel, he did the WWE 2K My Career as a created wrestler named Chris Danger. He has basically become his character from the games, and now actually wrestles under the name Chris Danger. He eliminated Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse by pinning him. And this match also featured Paul Walter Hauser, Emmy and Golden Globe winner. And the announcer team, when he came out, they were like, oh my God, it's the star of Inside Out 2, Disney's baby boy, Paul Walter Hauser.
I love Paul Walter Hauser.
It's fucking insane that these commentators are like, wow, a guy from a Disney movie.
And Emmy Award winner.
Yeah. Another big takeaway from the Battle Riot was that Contra Unit, which is like this mercenary faction that operates inside MLW, was going to reveal their new soldier to the world. The newest member of the Contra Unit is the murder grandpa Minoru Suzuki.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Suzuki has joined the Contra Unit alongside Mads Cruel Kruger and Akira Kawan, the pit fighter. This is a fucking stacked faction. Jacob Fatu, who's signed with WWE but has yet to debut, was the original leader of the Contra Unit. So this has been a stacked faction for a while, but now that Suzuki is in it, that's fucking insane. So we'll fast forward.
Murder Grandpa getting through there.
Did you know Minoru Suzuki did the motion capture for the character King in Tekken?
Yes, I remember you telling us about that.
Yeah, Minoru Suzuki and the wrestler Tiger Mask, like them, if they did the fusion dance in DBZ, is King from Tekken. Wow. And then the winner of the Battle Riot was the King of the Bros, Matt Riddle. So Matt Riddle can challenge Kojima for the title whenever he wants. The final four were Matt Riddle, Timothy Thatcher, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Sami Callihan. Matt Riddle won, and it was a really good show. I want to give a shout out to my boys from my big boy job, because we have a group chat of all the guys that watch wrestling, and we were just talking smack to each other the whole time. It was really nice to be able to talk wrestling with my coworkers, people I see every day, and it just put a smile on my face because it's nice to have shared interests with the people you work with.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I also I value doing this podcast with you guys so highly because it's like, Tim, you've been my best friend for a while. Josh, you're like a friend now. Like, it's cool to do this with you guys, and I really appreciate your time and that you wanted to do this with me. So,
hell yeah, my dude.
Appreciate it. So, with that, we'll wrap up the episode. You guys have any closing thoughts? Maybe a match you're most excited for Battleground this weekend?
Oh, dude, I feel like we all have the same match we're most excited for.
The tag title match. Yeah.
I've got some tweets I have seen recently.
Ooh.
Drew McIntyre was in a movie.
Oh, whoa, what?
Dave Bautista is starring in a movie made by the people who made John Wick, and he's like I guess he's like an assassin or something like that. But he wants to retire, I guess, from being an assassin, and basically tells the agency that he doesn't want to do it anymore. So then they have to hire people to kill him or something like that. Basically, there's no way to live once you become it, you can't not be.
Oh, right. That sounds kick ass.
And really Drew ends up being one of the assassins, and I think him and Bautista fight each other with claymores, like the sword.
That's cool.
Yeah, Drew posted on his Twitter account, so I thought that was funny. And then
nice.
The other thing I thought was funny was Liv Morgan liked all of Dominic's Instagram posts, Dominic posted about it, and he was like just basically called her a weirdo or whatever, and she commented back and said, "I love it when he shows me off." So
That's funny. I did see
and then
that. That's
Finn Balor posted a bros before ... with him and Dominic.
That's even better.
So
oh my gosh.
That's all I got though.
Hell yeah. And I was joking about the tag title match. We're all collectively excited for Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was a fun one, boys. I look forward to chatting with you again.
Indeed.
Laters.
Bye.
Later, fellas.
Bye.
Bye.